Welcome to the Dynasty Dads Podcast. Football, rankings, debates, dad stuff with your host, Justin Williams and Matt Renshaw.
Welcome, everyone, to a Dynasty Dads player profile. This episode is brought to you by DynastyTradeCalculator.com.
Stop guessing. Start calculating.
Man, 2018 was wild for Jameis Winston. The former first overall pick of the 2015 NFL Draft threw for just under 3,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions in just 11 games for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Of the 11 games he played, Ryan Fitzpatrick was the starter for 2 of them. Fitzpatrick filled in for Jameis Winston the first 3 games of the season, as Winston was serving a suspension. Once the Fitzmagic wore off, Winston was handed the reins late into the Week 4 contest against the Chicago Bears. Things were going just fine until his 4-pick performance in Week 8, where he, again, lost his job to Ryan Fitzpatrick, who then lost his job in Week 11. Jameis Winston finished out the season as a starter from there, and now I'm no NFL caliber quarterback, but I'd imagine it's a position that can really benefit from stability and rhythm. I think we need to give Winston a bit of credit for what he did this season, all things considered. Dealing with a suspension, losing your job, going in and out of games, winning your job back, losing it again, etc. I think the former Seminole was really tested in 2018. Now, in walks Bruce Arians. Arians is a proven head coach. He went 9-3 with the Colts in 2012 while filling in for the ailing Chuck Pagano. He had consecutive seasons of 10-6, 11-5, and 13-3 in Arizona. Arians knows quarterbacks, both young and old. He got good results out of Andrew Luck as a rookie in Indy and Carson Palmer as a veteran reclamation project in Arizona. As an assistant coach, he worked with Peyton Manning in Indy and Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh. While Bruce Arians will be Winston's 3rd head coach in 5 seasons, he's probably his best bet to elevate his career. 2019 will be a make-or-break year for Jameis Winston, and I think we've seen just as much good as bad from him since 2015. While most may consider him to be a toss-up, I believe Winston has a top 5 ceiling for his position next season and should be considered a breakout candidate this offseason.
Wrong. Top 5's high.
I said that's a ceiling.
Yeah, that's high. That's way too high of a ceiling.
That's fine.
Do I like the Arians hire? Yes. Do I think Arians could get him on the right track? Yes.
So what about Jameis Winston doesn't scream top 5 ceiling for you? He has the head coach he needs for that kind of
yes, he does.
That kind of play. He has the wide receivers, I'll say, that he needs for that kind of play.
Yeah. Wide receivers.
I'll
give you one. I'll give you Evans.
Obviously, Evans is the big name, but he has other weapons there. Chris Godwin could have a breakout season.
If they go out and get
a breakout season as a wide receiver without having a good quarterback.
If they go get
quarterback
AB or Bell, I like him a lot more because his weapons have improved quite a bit, and they do have a gaping hole at running back.
So, what's his ceiling to you then? If I'm wrong with top 5, what is his ceiling to you? The best Jameis Winston in 2019 can be a quarterback.
He won't be okay. QB overall, or I think his ceiling is QB1, but it's low end QB1, 8 to 10.
No, quarterback overall,
8 to 10. Yeah, I don't think it's top 5, and I know that's nitpicking.
It is nitpicking. It's only 3 spots difference.
Yeah.
So you think he's potentially
he could be a potential quarterback one. I don't think he's I don't think he's a top. I don't think he's Mahomes or Breeze or Russell Wilson. I don't think he's anywhere up that. Rodgers. I would take all those guys over Winston.
Oh, sure, and you should.
Yeah,
you should. But let's talk about what's his trade value then.
DTC has his trade value in a 1-quarterback league at 205.
That's interesting. That's really interesting to me. I don't think that's a bad price if somebody would sell him for that, and you don't really need that draft pick.
Right.
But you could do a lot worse.
It's going to depend on your team makeup, obviously.
Oh, for sure.
But
team makeup is everything when you talk about trades, especially with Dynasty Trade Calculator.
In 1-quarterback leagues, I mean, I feel like you can find a guy on the waiver and be okay.
Yeah, no, and I get it. But sometimes people have really deep rosters, and they roster 3 or 4 quarterbacks.
Right.
I think you can do a lot worse than Jameis Winston. And when we're talking about a guy that has QB1 potential, that's somebody that should be on your roster.
Yeah, but there's like 15 quarterbacks that have QB1 potential.
Sure, you should have all 15. This player profile has been brought to you by DynastyTradeCalculator.com.
Stop guessing. Start calculating.
Thanks for hanging out with us on another episode of the Dynasty Dads Podcast. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes and follow us on Twitter @DynastyDads. Visit us at our website, dynastydads.com, for articles, news, and notes, Dynasty Dads gear, and more.